Damas y caballeros, bienvenido a otro capítulo de Uneducated MMA. And I'm joined here with the BMF champion of the world, REG. And back from saving the city, this Justin.
I'm back.
Welcome.
The boys are back in town. Glad to be back. Another great episode. Ladies and gentlemen, had to hit him with the Spanish intro because this week we will be going over Noche UFC, which is not in Mexico as I thought. It is in San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah.
Close enough. Almost. I butchered
close,
that.
Man.
No,
you know,
it's close to Texas.
This is unfortunate.
Close to Mexico, yeah.
That was Mexico at one point.
I'm blanking on his name, but there's a basketball player who is now a commentator. Who is the only thing I know about San Antonio is what he's informed the public about San Antonio. Yep, they got them big women down in San Antonio.
Oh yeah,
That's all I know.
big girls.
Pull up to San Antonio. But yeah, this is gonna be a great fight week. But first, we got some stuff to get into. First and foremost, Justin, how's saving the city and making sure the people are safe that they can sleep at night? You know,
It's a lot of work.
yeah,
It's
man,
a
we
lot of
salute
work.
you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it because I
Yeah.
feel safe. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
You know, there's
So the BMF, you're definitely safe.
Yeah, but you help.
he's like, pick up the slack or whatever. It's fine. You know,
Exactly. You know, it's good, man. It's like a lot of sleepless nights, but it's worth it.
it's thankless work, but we're here to thank you.
Yeah,
okay,
thanks.
that's why we're here. You know what I'm saying? This episode is dedicated to Justin and his hard work underneath the mask and with the cape on and off, I guess. First thing I want to get into, first topic of this fantastic episode that I need to say right off the chest. We gotta say it loud and proud, ladies and gentlemen.
Loud and proud.
I did not put it on the docket because I wanted it to be a nice surprise to see your guys' first, emotions. Tony Ferguson won, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn.
Tony Ferguson has a win under that belt, baby. Let's go. Hey, 9 to 12 in a row or whatever it was that he lost.
So you think the win streak is coming back?
the title reign starts now?
He needed something.
Yeah, he definitely needed that.
Swapping sports to boxing worked. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
I feel like it was.
Boxing's the way. Then boxing's the way.
He went up against Salt Poppy and he did his thing. I guess I
Why
don't.
does that name sound familiar?
I think it's because he is an influencer, so you might have heard his name just to begin with. But then there's
So he
also
became a boxer?
there was also Salt Bay, which is the dude.
I was about to say, that has that.
Okay.
He was this
Salt
guy.
like that,
Yeah. So that's a different guy.
What's Salt Poppy known for?
I remember he was blowing up because he would do this. I don't know if you'd call it a dance necessarily, but it was a move he was doing where it looked like he was running really fast, but he was standing in place.
Okay,
So he was doing something like that, and then that was done over several different variations, and for whatever
Now,
reason.
did he do that in the ring as well?
No. He actually, so he got he used to be a little bit bigger. He got fit, getting into boxing, and then he started taking on a couple of fights. So he was actually doing pretty good.
That's why I didn't recognize him.
People were talking about in terms of at least the influencer boxing space. He was one of the guys that was known to be no, he actually has skill. He's actually doing this thing. I would loop him in there in the sense of Jake Paul, in the sense of he's actually focusing on the craft. He's not just bullshitting. So good for him,
Yeah,
but he did lose to Tony Ferguson. So Tony Ferguson got that W. And like I said earlier,
He should.
the title reign starts now, my friend.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys beware.
I
All
heard
right.
he's going back to the PFL.
Oh God, I hope not. Honestly, at this point, I think if it ain't broke, don't break it. Yeah, if he went to boxing and he got that W, you stay there.
Yeah, just stay there.
You stay there until it goes south, man. But right now, I don't know if you should go anywhere near MMA gloves, my friend. I'm
Still
sorry.
Look like an MMA fighter. Out
He
there.
do. I was waiting for him to throw a low kick or something like that. Just
Yeah,
forgetting
right.
where he was, but so far he did all right. I just get nervous, I love Tony. I feel like he's such a cool dude, and just to see the fall that he had near the end of his career in the UFC, I just that made me happy. I mean, the moment itself was
wanna see
beautiful.
him happy.
Up against the ropes, he's just throwing, unloading punches. They stop the fight, and he just drops to his knees in pure happiness. And that was me in my living room crying. I was like, dear God, Tony got the W. Thank you. My prayers have been answered.
Thanks for saving his life.
Yeah.
Well, what do y'all think about celebrity matches, boxing matches, or just any
So
matches?
honestly, I'm with them for both reasons. Of I do enjoy the comedy side of it. Where you can for example, if you were to genuinely take two random celebrities and be you got 4 weeks to train, fuck it, let's throw on the gloves, let's do
Bro.
it. Cool. But at the same time, I also like the celebrities that are like, oh no, they box. Like, no, you can see that they know what they're doing in there. So that's also kind of cool.
I like it for the fact that it's real life celebrity deathmatch.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like
legendary show.
How do you feel about like the boxing legends then doing like the whole thing? So one of the topics on the board right now is going to be Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson was announced.
I've seen that.
So like stuff like that. You know, an AI poster was posted, but then I looked at who posted it, and it was Mike Tyson himself. So it makes me think that it's real.
It's just like
he shouldn't do it.
It's like, why, man?
Yeah, he shouldn't do it.
Money, bro. Why not?
I know, but like,
what else? What else do they do?
After that last fight, I think he should just be careful.
It's like when the new Fast and the Furious movie drops. Like, why?
Yeah.
Money. Yeah,
They're gonna pay for it. Yeah, people gonna pay for it.
But it's like, yo, just save your health.
You got to think about the people that are putting the fights on right now. Have all the money in the world, and they're like, "What do you want to do?"
Yeah, I want to fight
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather. Put them together.
I don't want to see it.
I don't think Floyd would do it.
He'll
probably do it next
exhibition, but
Well, no. That's what it's going to be.
Obviously.
If you think at this point any of these fights are like actual, like no. These are all going to be. I don't even want to say. I think it's all highly produced, like sparring, like light, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't think this is anything too crazy. So I wouldn't be.
Yeah, people expecting a knockout. That ain't gonna happen.
No. I'm not worried about anybody's health or anything like that. I think this is just gonna be a fun, playful fight that we're gonna.
Tyson keeps this
watch.
He might die.
I am excited though about.
I mean,
the Jake Paul though versus Tank. You heard about that one?
Yeah.
That's one that I wasn't aware of. That's crazy.
I'm really like tired of these shits.
Yeah. Well, now
really?
Tank is an official nice boxer though.
It's just like the
random versus
I
boxer.
I want to see some good, real boxing. I'm tired of this entertainment.
Canelo Crawford.
Like,
that was
got that this Saturday too.
That was gonna be fire.
Yeah,
real quick, what's your picks on that?
So, I always say I'm not huge into boxing, so I've been looking into it. I feel like everything is leaning towards Canelo.
Yeah.
Like in terms of size, like skill, yada yada. But I don't know, man. I like the underdog, so I'm gonna go with Crawford.
Yeah.
I got Canelo.
I'm gonna go with Canelo. Crawford's moving up in weight, but Crawford's a beast. He's quick.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Again, this is me out of my element, but me in my MMA world, we get boxing bleeds in every now and then. And from what I gather, boxers are picking Crawford over Canelo.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I don't know. I feel like I want to lean to what the fighters are saying.
It has to be a knockout. If you don't knock him out by decision,
I mean,
It's like it's hard to hit Canelo. I don't know.
Exactly.
His defense is like the best in the game. I feel.
That's why I'm intrigued to see how this goes because it's like he also has a size advantage. So you have that level of skill plus a size advantage.
Body punches.
Yeah.
But what else? What we got next on the list?
I'm intrigued to see what people end up picking on that because I think that there's going to be some bleed over time, but not in terms of like main events. But you have Noche UFC starting earlier on in the day.
Yeah, definitely going to be UFC first.
And then I feel like then you get the boxing as like the main event near the end of the night. I feel like that makes the most sense.
That last fight that he killed it was very impressive. Yeah. But I don't know. You still haven't like proved that much to me. I don't think.
Yeah.
Not like Canelo has.
Canelo's definitely proved it.
Well, this is one of those things I think right now with his recent success, they're like boosting him. So let's see what big names we can get that he can keep going on this like hype train. So who are you gonna throw him? Canelo. You know, I feel like it makes sense in terms of like you're talking like as a promoter, what's gonna make you your bread?
Are they Indian?
I don't think so.
The Abu Dhabi motherfuckers. They be saying shit up.
Hey, like I said, if you got the money like that and they're asking you what you want to do, you're going to set up the fights you want to do.
Like how much,
it makes sense. Canelo back down versus Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't fight him either.
Yeah.
I feel like
if you get a check,
I think it depends on what you think is going to make you more money. I feel like Jake Paul is going to make you money.
Exactly.
Like
it kind of like fucks up the integrity of the sport in a way.
I guess then
someone like Canelo to fight like if you like I'm that big dog. Like I'm not fighting no Jake Pauls.
I don't know, but Tank is that big dog.
Tank is out of his fucking mind. I don't know what the fuck he's.
I think
he's just retired.
So I think it depends on what you're looking at it in the terms of like, are you there to make money, or are you there to just like actually be there for legacy? Because if you're a prize fighter, you're going there for the money, no matter what. If the contract is big enough,
I've seen Muhammad Ali do some shit like this.
That's a different type of thing, though. I think that was legacy. That's what I'm saying.
Like Mike Tyson doing these little fights, kind of fucking with the legacy.
All right, I'll tell you that. Yeah, but I also think at the end of the day, like, you got to maintain a certain lifestyle, bud. You know, you got to have that income coming in. And as much as he can do, like, he's got like the weed brand and he's got like a podcast, it's not the same amount of money that boxing brings in, especially in one night paycheck.
He just got a bag. That was a bag he just got. That was recent. You can chill out. You don't have to.
Always be another one, bro.
Tyson, you can relax. Your brain is like,
Yeah.
That's the part that scares me, bro.
bro. I think he had
But
like
exhibitions, I'll do it. If I can get paid that much just like to do sparring fights. But yeah, no. Too many hits to the head either way.
I don't think anybody's going in there to try to kill nobody.
Rocky was the Rocky movie when he fights Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. Some shit like that.
It's kind of what it is right now, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole, like I said, the whole thing is a show, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like if he's going to get paid well, all power to him, as long as it's not anything crazy. And I'm not going to lie to you. A part of me, like, I know Floyd Mayweather is dangerous, this, that, and the third. I also don't think he's going to go in there to try to knock out Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson did fight IP Man, Ip Man.
Yeah.
Remember you seen that movie? He was in there.
Christ,
Yeah.
He was in there.
That's what I'm saying. you see what I'm saying? Like, you got to throw him in there every now and then, have you whatever you got to do for the money.
He's such a figure. He can make a bag.
Yeah.
He can figure it out now. Now that he turned it around a little.
He's like,
bit.
why do you want to do this fight, Mike? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, all right.
That's a great impression.
Yeah.
That's a solid impression. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, honestly, get the bag, Mike.
Yeah, no one's going to tell him no.
No one's going to tell him no. All right, before we get into Noche UFC, I just want to do a quick little recap of this most recent UFC fight that happened this past Saturday, UFC Paris. Fighting Nerds 0-2, bud.
Jesus Christ.
Fighting Nerds 0-2.
Yeah, them glasses are broken, bro.
Yo,
Wildly disappointed.
them Paris boys came in ready, bro. Them French boys came in locked and loaded.
Yo, and what's good with this dude being from Dagestan? Who's finessed that one?
What you mean? Imavov?
Yeah.
No, see, here's the thing. So,
How they
all right,
that's like when they got Wemby. It's just like, or
okay, but it was like since he was 9 years old, he went over there and he's grown up there since. So I feel like you got to give it to him. Since 9, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I think like 28,
recruited
29.
At 9-year-old Dagestani, we're gonna kill it. I'm telling you, give it.
I feel like you got to give him. I feel like 20 years in one country, you adopt it. You know what I'm saying? That's especially when you're a little kid like that. We'll give it to him.
It's funny.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
So I gotta.
They're doing drafts out here, but yeah, I feel like that was a shock to me. I think we all were going into that fight night expecting the Fighting Nerds to come out, still riding that wave of just being them guys. And bro, now we had
Carlos
They should have studied better.
Pratis lost, Ruffy lost, and now Borralho lost. No, Carlos Pratis also like he did get a loss. Like they were all undefeated,
yeah.
and now they've all caught at least one loss in the UFC. And now we have Jean Silva this Saturday, the only one that still is undefeated. Let's see if he. Not now, everyone. Now everyone's like Diego Lopes.
I wasn't locked in.
I'm going with Lopez.
So, bro, I'm intrigued to see what happens. So, all right, let's go over this one real quick. All right, so I think the first one we got to do is let's go. We're gonna go in a random order, but I feel like let's go BSD with Mauricio Ruffy. All right.
Okay.
I was surprised because I know that BSD is a good fighter in the sense of like he's a dog, but I will say like the last couple times we've seen him fight, I've seen him get beat up bad.
Yeah, what was this? He just got confident off that little fucking easy dub.
To be fair, I think that was a bounce back fight that they gave him to give him that confidence back. So, and it seems like it worked because like he got Dustin Poirier knocked him out, and then he had Renato Moicano elbowed him to death, and they had to stop that fight. So those both were real bad. Yeah. So then now you give him Ruffy, and you're like, okay, so he got that little dub. I forget the guy's name because I'm not gonna lie to you, he wasn't anybody.
He don't even matter.
He got a dub off. He got the 2 losses, then he got that W, and then they're like, all right, let's give him Ruffy. But I think in the idea, which is weird because it like is in front of a Paris crowd. I think the idea you could maybe look into is that he was being fed to Ruffy as like, all right, this is a make or break moment for you, bud. Are you one of these guys at 155 or are you not?
Yeah, exactly. I think he was like ranked 13 or something.
Yeah, right now it's like he's not. Like, all due respect, when you have a moment like that where you're on the ground and it doesn't seem like in my eyes at least, it didn't look like he knew how to get up.
Man,
I think that's a huge hole that now we've seen. But on the feet, he's great. We saw the spinning heel kick knocked out Bobby Green. We've seen some cool flying knees, all kinds of real wild. Let him get his range. He's Stephen Wonderboy Thompson in there. Yeah. But when you get on the ground, if you can't even get up, because here's my thing. I totally understand if you're like a stand-up guy and you can't you don't like a big jiu-jitsu guy. You can't go for like submissions and whatever on bottom. Cool. Yeah. But if you at least know how to get back up to your feet to keep doing what you got to do, fantastic. Exactly. But in this case, it didn't look like he knew how to get back up. Yeah. And that's a huge problem because you got BSD looking for that, like off rip, the moment the fight started, he's like, I'm going for this choke. I'm trying to get him out immediately, which that's the game plan, especially against a striker. Yeah. Well, you want to stand there and let him hit you. Although I will say, on the feet, I still think BSD was doing pretty good work. Yeah. So I don't think he was giving him that chance to like get that range and get that feel.
He really like improved.
Yeah.
Because he did not look good at those last. Because remember when I first heard about him was that he was like fucking Black Ops.
Yeah,
Special Forces.
Yeah.
French military something.
That's exactly what he is. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, this guy might be good. And then he get fucked up twice in a row. Mm-hmm. Like, this guy ain't it.
Yeah.
It was real bad.
This is why he ain't in Special Forces no more.
Yeah.
No. But I would say he was, when I first heard about him, he was doing pretty good, but then he did run into those 2 L's that were pretty bad back to back. So I think now this shines a different light.
It does shine a different light.
I don't think it's anything like, oh my God, he's world beater. He's going to go for the title. No, but at least we know, he's still in this. He's, maybe he had a little bit of hiccup, but he's still on the same path that we thought he was going to be on of like dominating force. Now we see he's got a path to victory. But
do you think the fighting nerds are, is this a point where they're getting, because of the success, they kind of taking their foot off the gas?
I don't know if it's that. I think it's genuinely is styles make like fights. I feel like we are so used to seeing them all do really cool things, and I think you kind of lump them all in together. Yeah. So when you have a moment like this where you like,
camp was weak as hell. It's
like you have a moment like this where you have like Ruffy, for example. Like I said, like he's a stand-up striker. That's his thing, and we've seen him go striker versus striker. So we get like these really cool moments because that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah. Then you give him somebody who's somewhat of a grappler, and you haven't seen that really like that.
That's how it always.
Then you get taken down, and now you're a fish out of water. So that's where I think that it's not necessarily that they're taking their foot off the gas. I just think now they have to reevaluate what's going on, and they gotta really fix some of these areas, because I think he still has the chance to be like a really good top 10, top 5 kind of guy, because his striking is very good. But like I said, if you can't get up, it's a problem. You can't.
Huge problem.
Yeah, immediately people are gonna know how to beat you.
If you keep on winning, never losing, you don't realize what your flaws really are like that. You're not looking into like that loss is gonna help him like adjust and become a better fighter for sure.
I definitely think it was a bad loss in the sense of like it. I mean, in hindsight, I don't really think he had a lot of like big moments that I can even recall like that. So I think that it's one where he really has to like reevaluate, but not one in the sense of I think everyone's going to write him off. I think now everyone definitely knows, man, if we see him up against XYZ guy who we know wrestles, we're going to be a little bit more worried to put our money on Ruffy. But I think for sure, like, he still has the chance to reevaluate what's going on, go back to the drawing board and come back a little stronger. We just got to see if he actually does it. I definitely think the fighting nerds took a big hit in terms of their popularity.
They just got to study harder, man.
Right afterwards on Twitter, people were tripping, and it's so crazy how quick they turn on you, bro. They turn on you
Rogan's
fast.
Gonna wear them glasses ananymore.
Nah, you still got to rock the glass, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
It's only one. I mean, it's only one loss, and then like you said, Pratis
with the nose and the mustache.
Carlos Pratis.
That's the new one.
That's the new one.
He lost to. That would actually be really funny. They only disguise one. They only have those for Joe when he goes to interview him. They only have those ones. They ran out of the other ones. But it's like you were talking about earlier with Carlos Pratis. He got his win recently, and I think everyone immediately was like, he's so cool. He smokes cigarettes. And
that's all that matters.
Immediately they went back to loving him. So I think
just him smoking cigarettes and being like that Brazilian mechanic.
Bro, it was the
fighting on the side kind of guy.
For me, it was the fact that like
hell yeah.
I've seen dozens of people get a crazy knockout or something like that, and they run over to the side of the cage and they get up on the top and they're like, "Ooh, let's go." He's the first guy I've seen that somebody handed him a bottle of whiskey. Yeah. And he was also asking for a cigarette while he was sipping on the whiskey on top of the cage. Like that's something different right there.
Cool shit.
So I think so. Same thing like with him, where like I think that you got this L. We're going to give you another guy that we think you can most likely beat. Let's get you back on that winning streak to like, because they're making money off the fighting nerds, even though they're not like selling their merch. If you get excited to watch a fighting nerd, you're going to be able to then go buy a pay-per-view or whatever it might be, and you're going to tune in to go watch them. So I think as long as they give them, we'll call them favorable matchups, you know, sometimes the UFC, you don't want to say that they're kind of building somebody up, but they throw you one that you should be able to do your thing, and it's up to you to really shoot yourself in the foot, I guess. But
sometimes they'll stunt like a future superstar's fucking career just by giving them a fucking.
The one I always hear about is Darren Till. Every time Darren Till gets brought up.
That, I heard Rampage. He was like, you know, he's doing his lives now.
Yeah.
But there was one moment he was talking about early in his career in the UFC when they would pay you more if you were to lose.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, it's one of those things I can see it when it comes to fighting that like. There's like, hey, gonna be some shady stuff that happens. Take a dive
if you win, but if you lose. I'm not saying to lose, but I'm saying if you lose, then we'll give you this much. So are you really in it for the bag, or are you really in it for your name? You know, especially when you're early in the fight.
That's a gamble.
That's crazy. A gamble.
I think
shady as hell.
You always. It's tricky because like, depending on the situation you're in, you're gonna take that short money.
Exactly.
You're not gonna take that long term. That's an investment. But if you're right there, like living paycheck to paycheck or whatever it might be, and even this little fighting money isn't covering your bills, like. You might take that L. I think you might take that L quick.
You might tap a little quicker than usual.
Right. The Kimura wasn't even really sunk in, and he tapped. Interesting. And then let's see. Imavov, Borralho. So this was another one that I thought was interesting. I was flip-flopping back and forth between who I thought was going to win because, like, after watching Imavov knock out Izzy, it was hard not to pick him. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like that one was one where I was surprised because he's good. Like I for a while now, he's been on my like radar of like this guy's pretty solid like overall. But when he got Izzy, I was like, it's hard not to pick him.
Exactly.
And then when it came down to this one, my only thing between him and Kyle was that like.
Was Kyle?
He was Kyle Borralho is how you say his name.
Call him
Chow. I mean, low key, I could see it. I could see the spelling. But he's been gone for a year, but I mean doing well. But like the last year, he hasn't really fought. So for me, the inactivity always a little weird. But I was like, fighting nerds, why not? Glasses, bam.
Yeah.
We're picking that one. And
I thought he had it, man.
I think what he said at the end of the fight was correct. I think that Imavov was just faster than him. I think Nasruddin just like would get that jab off a little quicker than he would. You
saying he couldn't tap into that usual dog that he usually like taps into?
I mean, if you're gone for a year, I can see it. You're not used to being in that like mentality. It's not like I'm not saying he's on vacations and whatnot, but like throughout the year, you're not like consistently in that headspace of like you're about to go to war. You know, you're taking your time off, you're enjoying your vacation, whatever it might be. He's about to have another kid too, so he's also focused on all that kind of stuff. So like,
but still, those last couple months of training, you gotta go ham.
You gotta go, but here's the thing though, like I think you can do it physically. Like physically, I'm gonna go to these workouts, but like in terms of like that, getting into that space of like, all right, let's say we get into round 5, and I know I'm down 2. Do I have what it takes to get into that fire and try to knock this guy out so I can win? Because I have only 5 minutes left to do what I gotta do. Maybe you don't have that mental focus at that time. Not saying that he's not a killer, because I've seen him do work inside the octagon, but in this situation, I just think that the other guy was better that night. So I think if we were to, like, let's say, have them run it back at some point, I could see it going the other way. But as of right now, I think it's Imavov's time. Now, I put this question up on Instagram, and I asked you guys the same thing. Do we think after that win, he gets the title shot? Because he was the highest in the rankings, and he did just beat him.
For what?
So... Here's the
fight Hamza.
Yeah, so it would have to be him fighting Hamza. But then there's also the thing
nobody beating Hamza.
I think it's gonna be a minute before someone beats him. But so Dana White basically was doing this fatal 4-way. All right, and then whoever impresses me the most gets the title shot. So you have him. It was Borralho versus Imavov, and then you have Fluffy Hernandez versus RDR. And then I guess whichever one has the more impressive showing gets a title shot. So technically, I guess Imavov is next, but he's pretty damn close.
All depends on Hernandez might get it.
The way Fluffy Hernandez whooped it, he murdered Roman Dolce.
Yeah.
If he dogs RDR the way that he did that, like that's gonna be bad. But at the same time, if RDR catches Fluffy the way he did Bo Nickel, he might be in the conversation for that. I'll tell you right now, I think like if we're just talking rank wise, I still think Imavov is the most clear person to get a title shot. But I don't know if necessarily that's the move we're going with. You know?
Yeah.
Man, he's Dagestani. He gonna get up there.
He gonna get up there. But that's the thing is that like off the names that I listed right there, I think we all are in agreement where like we don't know who's gonna beat Hamzat. I don't think any of us are.
I don't think anybody in that list.
I don't think any of us are confident in that. It's like I was listening to a lot of the stuff since he won the title, where like a lot of people were obviously talking about how the performance and this and the third were boring. But now I think the narrative is people think that Hamzat's boring. I'm like, yo, you guys need to rewind, look at his fights. He's been killing people. Like he's a scary guy.
Yeah.
Like that's not somebody that's going in there to just hold you and hug you for 15 to 25 minutes. Like no, he's trying to get you out of there in the first round. Yeah. So for me, I don't know, man. From what I've seen from him, I don't know who out of those names I just listed have a chance to do well. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that Imavov and RDR, I feel like, are the ones that have the best chance. From what I've seen, Fluffy is good, but I just think
RDR.
But you think RDR
has a chance?
Has a chance. Yeah.
He would have to like go back to his native roots, or Imavov would have to go back to his native roots and train with the Dagestani if he wants a shot.
2-3 years Dagestan, forget.
Yeah.
I just dropped off.
It's in his blood. It's like the Like
he's gonna be a champion.
He's gonna be a champion. You can pick him up. Somehow he has the full beard already, no mustache. You're like, how does this?
Don't ask, brother.
Don't ask, brother. The Dominican Dagestanis, bro.
Yeah,
we're worldwide, son.
We have a community out there. We just like.
I think it'd be fire, bro. How we grow platanos out there? I feel like we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll make a greenhouse. We'll do something.
I think Hamzat's going to have a couple of good title defenses, and then I think he's going to walk away.
Some Chibo out there.
Some Chibo out there will go crazy. I seen that. Those I've seen. They got plenty of those.
I don't like that shit.
Huh?
Never mind.
He was like, I'm going to be judging this pod. Low key, yes. We'll bring this up later.
Yeah.
It's fine. You really? That's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, I was going to say, though, since it's been a minute, now that I'm back, I wanted to play this game. I know you're familiar with it.
Oh, let's go.
Say the name or take a shot. Say the name or take a shot.
Let's do it.
I don't know, when was the last time y'all had some card rips?
Bro,
it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Man.
Let's get it. Damn, they sealed this shit up pretty good.
I wonder if this is going to happen like last time where I had like 3 of the same card in the same pack. It was nuts.
So damn, they finessed me.
I was like, 4 Cub Swansons. They didn't even change up the type. It was all the same one. They got lazy at the factory, so they really didn't care.
All right, let's see what we got here.
See what he got. He got the pack.
Pac-Man.
Let's do it.
Good looks.
All right.
Let's see what we got here.
Say the name, take a shot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are not familiar with the rules of the game, pretty much we're going to open up these UFC trading card packs, and if we cannot pronounce the name correctly, we must take a sip of the drink. Now, I'll tell you right now, I've butchered a few. These shits are not easy.
I've butchered every single one.
Almost every single one, but we ain't going to talk about it.
I'll tell you right now, I've gotten a lot better at saying these motherfuckers' names. But
I swear I thought I got the same one twice. Ooh, this is a good one. I like this one. All right, I'll go first.
Oh.
All right. I got a Ketlin Vieira.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A little Ketlin Vieira.
Okay.
Shout out.
Shout out her.
And this is where I thought I had the same person because I saw the K at the beginning and I was like, what? This is Catlin. All right, you see?
Okay.
Catlin. You see what I got that wrong? And then I'm not going to lie, I think the last name might throw me off. Sermanara? Right?
Let's see it, baby.
Sermanara?
Who here can confirm that he's right or wrong?
I think it just comes down to whether or not we feel like that is how you would say that last name. Sermanara? Yeah, right? That's
that one.
All right. Bruno Silva.
Okay.
Easy enough. Easy enough. You know what I'm saying? Easy enough.
Hello.
And then Anderson Silva. Now this card's fire. This card's clean.
I like that.
It's a solid one. It's a solid one right there.
Let's see.
Good lineup.
I got Michael Page.
Okay, a little MVP.
Little MVP.
Little MVP here. All right, I have Victoria. All right, here we go. Here's where the shot's coming. All right, it's Dudakova. Is it Dudakova?
Dudakova sounds right to me.
Dudakova. I'll let Juan be the judge.
Yeah, Dudakova.
All right.
Yeah, Dudakova.
We'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I'll still take a sip.
I'll still take a sip just in case. No, Dudakova sounds right.
Sean O'Malley.
Smooth.
Sean O'Malley. Damn, that's a good
Man,
one.
he needs to get
He
need to get right.
From him, yeah.
And then I have Brandon Royval.
Solid one.
Okay.
Raw Dog is his nickname.
That's a cool looking card too.
He shouldn't do that.
He shouldn't do that.
Keep it safe. Keep it safe, Brandon.
For this one, you had just said it. I told you I was saying it wrong, but let's see if I can get it right.
All right, let's see.
Shot coming. Everybody shot coming.
Yeah, right. So we got Caio
Borralho.
Borralho.
You know what it is? It's because it's that Portuguese. It's the R's be throwing me off.
Say,
Because
yo, I don't have to. Like, I feel like I don't
Borralho or
have to.
Borralho?
because here's the thing,
Why
right?
do I have to say it in Portuguese?
Do you say Alex Pereira or Alex Pereira?
It depends if I'm talking in English
I'm speaking
or if
that
I'm
shit
speaking in
in-
Spanish.
You're right, this is what I'm saying,
The way I
like-
want to. Caio Borralho.
All right.
We got.
I'm saying it how I want to.
I'm not gonna pronounce that shit
Yeah.
in Portuguese. Just so
Yeah. I don't know Portuguese.
This one I got Roman Kopylov,
They're solid. Yep.
Woo.
Okay.
Tatiana Suarez,
Solid one too.
fighting soon, right?
She is fighting soon. Yeah.
Beast.
And I got myself John Jones, top of the class.
That's a good one. That does look like a yearbook photo. I ain't gonna lie to you. They got him. They got him in the uniform and
He
everything.
look like he's fucking geeked
Yeah.
up.
Geeked. I mean, no comment.
Sorry.
No comment. No comment on John Jones.
He was
I heard
he was the
hey,
first fighting.
Hey, they dropped that last case.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
man.
saying. They dropped that last case.
Try to take another liquid down.
Solid round, guys. Solid round. Salute. Solid round.
Salud.
I don't think anybody really butchered too many. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's when we get those. I feel like for us, for the most part, pretty good. But when we get, I think the Portuguese names throw us off just because like the pronunciations.
You around those mountains out there?
Yeah, and then we get the Eastern Europeans. Oh man, dude. I'm not gonna lie. For me, it's the
Like, what symbol is that?
it's like the like Polish like area around there. That's when I start.
wrap it off.
When they get the if I see a JKZCE like any like that when it's like that, I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, you lost me, son. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of the Russian ones I'm able to get pretty well. I think I get those ones pretty solid because
That's
you
good
kind of like
comrade.
sound them out. But then when they get those when you're throwing in letters that don't need to be there, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Yeah, can we just like get rid of silent letters?
Nah, dude, G's moving silent like lasagna or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
Wheezy.
I think you got to have him in there for some reason, just a placeholder. Anyway, speaking of hard to say name, Bukauskas versus Paul Craig. Paul Craig retired after getting elbowed to death. I mean, there's no easy way to say it. You know, I don't know what you want me to do.
I thought he wasn't gonna get up. I thought
Dog, it was the fact that it was literally elbow made contact with his face, and then the bell rung, and then he just
It
never
sounded
got up.
Way louder.
Yeah.
It sounded like a loud
It
fucking
was
elbow.
so bad.
Was that the bell or was that his face?
No, and then he didn't
always
get up. He didn't get up. He just didn't. He just stayed there. But apparently, Bukauskas is the guy that Khalil Roundtree broke his leg. I don't know. You remember that one where he did that like knee stomp? That was him. So this is him coming back. So shout out to him.
Return with
He
a-
murdered Paul Craig to make his way to the.
To end his career.
But you know what? Hey, shout out to him. This was one of many finishes on this card. If you guys haven't done it, go back and watch this card because I'm looking directly at the camera when I say this. There were 2 fights from early prelim to main event that went to decision. Every single fight minus 2 were finishes. That's rare.
Don't sleep on the prelims.
Don't sleep on the
Yeah,
prelims, bro.
man.
That's the merch. That's the merch.
I'm telling you,
Don't sleep on
it's
them fucking
going on a
prelims.
T-shirt.
Them
You heard
shits
it here
fucking
first.
Crazy.
But it's true, bro. Like I'm telling you, like also the Paris crowd, phenomenal,
Yeah,
bro.
they were, like,
Did
really-
you guys see
yeah,
all
they're
the stuff of like
a big culture
they
out there.
they showed Tom Aspinall at any time? Everyone's like, boo!
Yeah.
They didn't like him for nothing, bro. They
right,
one of the guys who was one of the guys who was fighting, who's from Croatia, shout out Dubrovnik, he won, and he was apparently a part of Tom Aspinall's camp. So after he wins, and it's this whole moment, they cut to Tom Aspinall, and while everyone's cheering for the guy, when they cut to Tom Aspinall, immediately just cut, boo, boo, like they hated on him immediately. But they were loud. They started chanting. I don't know if it was like the national anthem when one of their boys was in the octagon, like because it was obviously they stack it with French fighters, but they would go in there.
French fries.
With French fries, they stack it with French fries. It's
That's what I heard.
yeah, I know, right? But no, they just, I don't know. I feel like every time, but this is what we were talking about in the last episode, where I just feel like they get, like, you go to these other cultures and to see the way that their fans react, like, it's just wild. I feel like the only thing that we got is every now and then they'll be like USA, and then I feel like so many times we're incorrect. Like, it's so funny to me, bro. I forgot who it was. It was Bilal Muhammad. Is funny enough that I said I forgot who it was. Bilal Muhammad was fighting somebody. I forgot who it was. I think it was Leon Edwards. No. It had to be somebody else that was from US. He was fighting somebody. It was another US fighter, and they were all chanting USA. And Paul Felder's on the mic, and he goes, he's from Chicago. Idiots.
Exactly.
Like, he had to correct the crowd and be like, what's wrong with you guys? Other than that, I feel like we don't really have anything cool. Like, I think it's because they're all like soccer fans. They do all like the chanting with sing song kind of thing. Like, it's not like they will sing, but they do more like musical chants, I guess. It's not like they will sing, but I think every now and then they'll hit you with something where you're like, oh, that's an easy one to like pick up on and to start using, whereas us it's just USA, which is a good one.
So what would the USA song be?
I don't know what we do, because that's the thing is we don't have. I think it would just be everyone starts singing Sweet Caroline. I don't know, like I don't. And even then, the Irish take the Sweet Caroline one too. I don't know, man. I feel like it's they got that one too. I don't know what we would do. We got to figure it out. Man. Everyone just starts chanting "Many Men."
Donald Trump used it.
Yeah, exactly.
He did.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
I feel like it'd be good. But yeah, just to finish off that main card, we had Oki versus Jones. Jones won by KO in the second round. That was also a really good fight, back and forth war. And then we had Sola versus McKee. Sola beats McKee by KO in round 3. It was all around just violence. I was a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
Violence, bro.
Good fight for the main event, but I definitely was surprised that one also ended in the decision. I thought with the momentum the rest of the card was going, I was expecting honestly a submission in that one. I saw that both the guys were trying to grapple, and neither one would let the other one take the guy down. So I guess that's why I stayed on the feet. But I guess I don't know. Maybe
we're such great grapplers. Nobody gets to the ground.
It negates it, bro.
Guess we'll have to throw hands.
And then just 2 more things I want to touch on from that card. I'd like to look directly in the camera when I say this, because I have a clip that I put out that I'd like to back up by saying that this past Saturday also reaffirmed why I absolutely hate ESPN Plus. That shit crashed 3 times. Can we discuss this? I'm talking to, listen, hey, I respectfully pay for ESPN Plus like a good Samaritan. I am trying to enjoy my stream, and it's crashing. I'm talking to the boys that got, you know what I mean? They watch it how they gonna watch it. And even even it's black for them, they can't see nothing either. So ESPN, you need to get it together.
I'm gonna have to watch it how they watch it.
I know, right?
They'll shut everything down,
dog, man. ESPN was like, oh, you don't want to sign with us? Bet we're gonna close this whole thing down, because it crashed 3 times. Bad. Like, I'm talking real bad. The commercial break thing was on for like 20 minutes. I thought I missed 2 fights. It was so bad. It was so bad.
The coverage,
dude, it was real bad. It was real bad. They had to throw on. We have technical difficulties. It was really bad. Damn. And then one last one that I want to go over, and this is
refunds, right? They ain't give nobody refunds.
No, that's another part about it. Like, what do I get for my 12 minutes of black TV that I didn't get back? Like, everything with the screen was just dark. They didn't even show me anything. They didn't tell me what was going on. I thought my internet connection bugged, and I see Twitter going off. Everyone was like, "God, the whole thing crashed." Last thing I want to go over on that fight card, that is honestly one of the best things I've ever heard in my life. I think it's something that everybody should take with them and use it in their everyday life. Add it to your daily mantra. When you wake up, look yourself in the mirror and say it. I'm going to butcher this name, but Robert, see, this is one of those ones. I'm going to go with Brycek. Bryczek. I'm gonna go with Brycek. He beat Brad Tavares in the prelims, and honestly gave us one of the hardest quotes of all time that we should all take with us. And it is, and I quote, "Never ever believe in yourself and give up." And he pointed like this to the camera. English is not his first language. We all know what he meant, but the internet took that and they ran with it.
What if that's what he meant?
Never ever believe in yourself and give up. And he looked at the camera and smiled. I laughed so hard. And I was like, immediately to Twitter, I was like, somebody else had to catch on this. You know, when you think of something, you're like, somebody else.
That's like that Key and Peele skit. It's like, kids, you can fly.
Yeah. He's like, well, you know, me and Action Fight. He's like, no, you can do it. Go to your roof. Yeah. It's the same wavelength. When he said that, when he was like, don't believe in yourself and give up. I was like, all right, I'm gonna wake up every day. Wake up every day. You're a failure. Just don't even try. Get my day going.
Prove yourself wrong, I guess.
That's crazy, bro. I was just not prepared for any of that. That took me out when he said that. But shout out to him, bro. He got a W anyway. So, you know, you get that mic time, you use it wisely. And I guess he used it to spread positivity, if that's what you want to call it. All right. Now let's get into Noche UFC. Boom, 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 boom. Insert Telemundo logo.
Subtitles.
So this one's going to be a very good night of fights. I think that they definitely show love to, like, the same way that they did with the Paris card. They definitely show love to the fighters that come from a Mexican background, and they try to give love to as many of them as they can. That being said, you're not going to see an entire stacked card of big names because, you know, sometimes you're going to throw these what is it? I will say 8-2 fighters or something like that on a main event just to give them some shine, give them some love. But they might come out and hell of a performance. Yeah, exactly. Like we always say, don't sleep on the prelims. It's the same thing when it comes to these fighters. You may not know their names, but you don't know what they're capable of. Exactly. Last year, some of the biggest like bangers of the entire night were people I had no idea who they were until I saw Bahamundes. I had no idea who Bahamundes was until I saw him on Noche UFC last year. So, like, you know, keep an eye out.
Don't sleep.
All right. So let's talk about the big one up top. You know, this is the one that everybody be talking about. Jean Silva versus Diego Lopes.
Going with Lopes.
So, man, the fighting nerds already, everybody got that 1L on that record. Is this going to be Jean Silva's 1L against Diego Lopes, the guy who already went up for the title shot, fell short, but he's looking to go right back at it. And this is the guy who I think is standing in the way. I think he beats him any which way. He's back at a title shot. And Jean Silva, any which way, beats Diego Lopes. Also, I think he gets a title shot. So I think there's a lot on the line.
Who's the champion again?
Volkanovski. Yeah, so he got that shot, and that was the one where I was very like on the fence because I was like, I don't know.
You think if he gets back there, he can win that?
I think it's going to be tricky, but I think it's one of those things where, because for me, like, listen, there's a lot of fighters that are very smart and they're very, like, strategic in their game. And I think that there's also something to say for the fighters that also kind of duel as a coach. So for me, I hope at least he's able to learn enough from his previous experience going in there with Volk and kind of find another path. Because listen, we've seen Volk vulnerable. We've seen him get knocked out. We've seen him almost get submitted twice by Brian Ortega. So we see that there are ways that you can get him. He's not like, you know,
he is
just this invincible person, but like, yeah, you're right. He could quickly turn into old man Volk,
but he's still got that reach and the experience.
He does, and that's a big factor when it comes in, especially when you're going up against somebody in a 5-round fight. That experience takes him a long way. They may not try to come at you immediately in the first 2 rounds to get you out of there. They might want to analyze your game in the first round or 2, and then from there start picking you apart, or maybe they empty out the gas tank later on and make you tired in the first 2. So you got to be careful with that. I feel like in that rematch, as much as, you know, Father Time is there, I feel like I still would probably give the edge to Volkanovski just off of what we just discussed when it comes to that experience. But I think he's still
like how soon this fight's going to be.
But then also with that, you also have to then take that experience part that we're talking about and then apply that same thing to the fight he's going to be in against Jean Silva. Does he have the edge when it comes to the experience part against Jean Silva, who's like has made an explosive entry into the UFC? But I believe that Diego has more fights than him in the UFC as well as in general, I feel like professionally. But let me look that up before I start speaking out of my mouth.
Yeah, I think Lopez got the most experience, or more experience than
I'm going to still have to go with Diego Lopes for this Jean Silva fight.
Yeah, bro. If you can rock that cut, you ain't afraid of nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
he's got way more fights, bro. Diego is 26-7, and then Jean is 16-2. He's got way more fights.
Yeah.
7 losses is still worse than 2. I'm just kidding.
It is a numbers game. It is a numbers game.
You've not wrong.
Lost more, so you're worse.
I'm intrigued to see what happens, man. Because Diego, here's my thing with Diego. I think overall he's a better fighter in terms of like where are we doing this fight? Is it going to be on the feet? Is it going to be on the ground? Is it going to be whatever? My only thing with Gene is that he's got power in those hands, bro.
Yeah.
Like I've seen him kill people so far, and he seems like he doesn't
Diego Lopes
step back.
He's gonna have the energy from the crowd. Mexico fucks with him.
But then Jean Silva's a fan favorite. He's gonna come out there barking with them nerd glasses, and it's over, bro.
Yeah, but the Mexicans.
Yeah, and glasses can only do so much.
Well, that's an interesting thing you bring up because that's been a whole topic when it comes to Diego Lopes. He's like Brazilian
Mexico.
but repping Mexico, and it's a whole thing. So like, I feel like I don't know who's.
It's both names. Diego's Brazilian, Lopez Mexican.
Hey, you on to something, bro? He's spitting right now. You know what I'm saying? You got to listen to him. It's wise words.
He chose y'all. Like
I think
gotta rock with him.
Yeah.
I think they're both gonna have the equal amount of hype. I don't think they're gonna pick one over the other. Because like I said, I think that I know, right? San Antonio too. But the fighting nerds hype, I think, is still there. And then I think that's gonna be his Mexico, I guess.
That's
the way.
Brazilians in Texas. Who knows, right?
No, I don't.
Everywhere.
I feel like that's not the population I think of when I think of Texas. So I feel like, but then again, I also don't think of like Braintree, Massachusetts. But here we are.
Makes sense. Like closer to the.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
We'll see.
I feel like this is gonna be. I feel like this is gonna be a war. I think it doesn't go past 3 rounds.
Okay.
I think the third round is the final round.
I can see that.
I don't think. Yeah, I just unless it turns into some crazy grapple fest, and even then, I have faith in. I haven't seen Jean Silva's grapple defense on the ground. Like if we're talking, he's on his back. Diego's on top mount. How is that going? I see Diego being able to get him in a submission versus Jean Silva getting out.
Diego might make him tap.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. I think me personally, I think I'm leaning more towards Diego Lopes than I am Jean Silva. I think that especially after I don't know, man. You just Carlos Prates is the one that where it's like a little whatever. He lost and then he got his vibe back, but then you just had 2 of your boys on the same night catch a big L.
You gotta win.
That's a big L. With that today. We're recording this on a Monday, so you guys know. Monday. Actually, maybe even Sunday if they went back to the gym like that. But Monday going back into that gym, that's a hard conversation you guys have to have.
Man.
Like that's a hard because now you got 2 L's as a team that are on big stages.
You gotta win this, or else we're done. We have to close the gym.
I hope they don't put that much pressure on them, bro. I hope they don't put that much.
That brand is about to like take an L.
It would take a huge L because at the same time, like I said, he would still have a lot of big fights, but I would say at his weight division, Jean Silva would need to get this win to make sure that at least his name is still like carrying big weight.
You don't want to have like a popular brand that's like catchy, that just keep on catching
dying
L's.
out,
Just like, now they stay losing over
Well,
there. That
everyone, I'll tell you this. Everyone last week before Saturday, we're talking about, is this the camp that's going to be the new thing? Is this the new wave? And we're about to see a whole new roster of champions coming out of Brazil. Like, Brazil's back on the map, this and the third. And then this weekend happened. I'm telling you, immediately after, because also a beautiful thing was afternoon fights. Right afterwards, on Twitter, everybody and the grandmother was chirping. Like, I'm talking, Fighting Nerds took a big social L.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people pulled their stock out of them, like, in terms of those aspirations of, like, title shots.
Yeah. Afternoon fights are the wave, man.
Yeah.
I like them.
Well, these ones are going to be at like 6 o'clock. This is a nice little evening.
That's a good time.
That's great.
Well, that's honestly that's why I'm hoping it happens when they get this new streaming rights or whatever. When it swaps over, are we going to get earlier fights now? Like that's what I need to see.
Early though.
No, but here's my thing, right? Let's say Saturday, right? Six
for
six.
prelims.
That is what I'm saying. 6 prelims, and then the main card starts at 8. The main card does not need to start at 10 p.m.
No,
it doesn't need to do that. Start it at 8. It's fine.
Start at 8 because
ends at 10. Everything's done. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Yeah. I'm being so serious. Like, there's times where why am I at 1 a.m. fighting my eyes to watch, especially when it's one that I really want to see? Because sometimes you just be tired, man. The day be whooping
You
your
gotta
ass.
force yourself awake. You gotta
9 hours sitting on the couch just chilling, watching fights. After a while, you get bored, especially if you have a couple of ones that go to decision and they're like just like wrestle like heavy. I'm like, get me out of here. Yeah. But I think it depends on what the situation's going to be. I'm just intrigued to see if we end up getting an immediate turnaround for a title shot, if no one gets too injured, because I know that they're trying to.
That division that has a chance. Is there anybody higher than
Higher than them? No.
Jean Silva? Is that 1 and 2?
In terms of ranking, yeah, the only other one is Mozvar Evloev, but he's had a lot of weird situations when it comes to like pulling out of fights and all kinds of stuff. But other than that, Lerone Murphy, I think, is up next.
Oh, I think he had a good fight.
He murdered Aaron Pico with a spinning elbow, so I think if anybody's going to be next, it's going to be him. I don't know necessarily when we see that happening, but I feel like that's the one that we can count on being like up and coming for sure. I think, maybe is either up next just off of how crazy that spinning elbow knockout was, or he might have to have like maybe one more depending on who's in the roster, and then we go from there. Because other than that, I mean, you have Yair Rodriguez, who I think at this point has had enough shots where he has to sit down for a little bit. Aljamain Sterling's closing in at number 5, but I think he's going to have a couple of interesting ones. He had that weird thing with Brian Ortega that was like, a cool, I guess, fight. Not really, but
honestly, he was freaking dope.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that one.
He was looking hurt.
But yeah, I think right now it's a bit of a weird situation where like if you want to keep your name big, I think that Jean Silva needs to get this W on Saturday. But I'm gonna put my weight on. I'm gonna say Diego Lopes got that one.
Yep.
Yeah, Diego too.
Lopez got the edge.
Yeah. All right. It's nice to know that we are all kind of on the same wavelength. After that, we got Rob Font versus Rosas Jr. That's going to be a nice one too. I got to go with Rob Font on this one. I just think that experience for me is going to be that side.
Rosas hasn't proved nothing yet, really.
I just think that he's really good, but I'm just worried about when he fights guys that have just been around the block a little too long, where like I said, it's just certain positions they just already been there before. Yeah. Certain moves, they don't get that nerve from being in front of a big crowd. So when Rosas Jr. is fighting,
too, right?
He's very young. He was saying he wants to be the youngest champion because when he came in, I think he was like 22 or something like that, maybe even younger. So like he was trying to be a champion by the time he was like 24. But I just think that when he goes up against guys,
said that was canceled. Was that canceled or no?
I hope not. If it did, that'd be super upsetting. But let's see.
He's fighting. Is it David Martinez or?
Oh, did we get a replacement? I'd be cool with a replacement. Oh yeah, Rosas Jr. is out.
Yeah, Chihuahua is out.
Chihuahua.
That dude.
Well, even better. There we go. All right, so he's going up against David Martinez.
Yeah.
Man, David.
David Martinez is 12-1, 27 years old, man. You know what I mean? He's doing his thing. All right.
I was looking forward to
late replacement. I got Rob Font still, baby.
I still got Rob Font.
I got Rob Font too.
He just won.
Yeah.
Also, we gotta go with Rob Font just off the fact that he's from Massachusetts.
Hey.
He's not Fall River. He's what's that one? He's from Leominster. That's what it is.
Okay,
yeah, he's from Leominster. Or at least he fights out of Leominster. You gotta, I mean,
nobody from Leominster.
Hey, shout out to my boy X. He's the only one that I know of. Other than that, can't tell you a single soul that's from there.
I don't even know what direction that shit is.
That way, bro.
Yeah, right. That way.
You just go that way. All right. So with that breaking news that Justin just hit me with, this just in. That I gotta.
You just always cover with the breaking news every episode. Oh, we got something live. This just in.
Yep. This just it. Let's see. Man, all right. Then I got Font. Other than that, we got Rafa Garcia versus Jared Gordon. Jared Gordon's always up for a good fight. I feel like he had the most shine when he went up against Paddy Pimblett and had that weird decision that most people thought Jared Gordon won and took that L.
Isn't he like a NASCAR driver?
No,
that's Jeff.
I think the name that's Jeff. That's his brother, bro. Come on.
Like damn, he's not racing.
He's going up against Rafa Garcia. Honestly, I think this one I'm just gonna go with the most Spanish guy. So I'm gonna go with Rafa Garcia on that one. You know, we gotta give love.
Spanish energy.
Let's see. The other JDM, Jose Daniel Medina.
I don't even know his back.
Versus, and I'm gonna let you go with that one. You go that name right there.
Dusko.
Yeah, shot.
All right, you got that one right there.
All right, which one? That one?
Yeah, this one right here. Yeah,
that's not a word.
That shit hurt.
So that little cursor at the top.
Yeah,
of the
with the.
Oh, what is that?
Yep.
Okay.
That's all it was written on.
The V on top of the O.
So I would say
the V on top of the O.
Dusko.
It's like some alien hieroglyphics.
Todorovic.
I think you got it right. What do you say?
Dusko
Todorovic.
Todorovic?
Yeah. It's either Todorovic or Todorovic, but I feel like that's pretty right.
I think
Yeah, the squiggles got me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Too many O's.
Total vote. I couldn't even do it.
I think that one got me. Oh man, that one was funny. Yeah, same thing. I'm going with the more Spanish guy. I'm going with Jose. Let's got it. And then prelim on that card. Also, you brought it up earlier. She is fighting Tatiana Suarez. She's making a nice little comeback. She's going up against Amanda Lemos. Or Lemos. I think it's Lemos. And that one's going to be for the number one contender for strawweight. We're going to take a quick little pivot to go into some breaking news off of that one. Not really breaking news at this point because I know it's been all over the place, but it's breaking news to us, okay? Yeah. She's going up against Amanda Lemos for the number one contender for strawweight title. I guess they would fight for who's going to be next, it seems like, versus fighting for the belt itself. We've had a couple of moves in the last week or so when it comes to champions and title divisions and all kinds of who's going where and who's moving up, who's moving down, who's doing this and the third.
It's changing.
So let's start off with that one. All right. So Weili Zhang has basically released the strawweight title, and she's going to be moving up in weight to go up against Valentina Shevchenko for the flyweight title at UFC 322. So with Weili moving up, that belt is now up for grabs, in which we have Virna Jandiroba versus Mackenzie Dern at UFC 321, who will be fighting for that strawweight belt. So winner of that one will be the one who faces the winner of Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos. So a lot of movement when it comes to the female divisions. I'm intrigued to see what happens.
A lot of things going to change.
I think for a while we've been talking about Weili moving up to go up against Valentina Shevchenko. I think that this is one that we wanted to see for a minute. I think we can all speak in this room that we're all going for Weili, right?
Yeah.
Weili is the GOAT.
That's the GOAT of all GOATs, bro. Like I said, I want to be her when I grow up.
And then she's going to move up, fight Kayla Harris.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about it.
Keep on moving up, Weili.
Keep on going up. I can't wait to see her come out all jacked.
I think at this point, Pantoja's moving up to fight her, bro.
Well, what do y'all think about when a champ from either lower division or another division moves into the instead, to fight the champ versus like giving it to whoever's like second in ranking? Is it just
I think it's that moment you have to look at it. Have you had a clearing out of the top five? Meaning, has this champion already fought really who's the big name in the top five? And is whoever is next going to be some random?
I get you.
Then yeah, that's the bigger fight to make. If we're talking as a promotion wise, that's the one I'm going for.
Yeah.
But I do think it's kind of a dickhead move if I have a clear number one contender and you're like, nah, you over there in the back, the lower weight division. Come on up.
Gain some weight and you here.
I tell you right now, it is tricky because, like I said, promotion-wise, it could be pretty big because, like, for example, you have Ilia Topuria moving up. You could have had some clear number one contenders at 155, and either way, he was like, I'm going to move up and I'm going to get the belt. So, I don't know. I think everybody goes for the money. I think everybody goes for the promotion, so everybody goes for what's the bigger fight. Yeah. I think that will skip whoever is a clear number one contender. But for the most part, I think the UFC kind of waits a little bit and then try to get this moment where, like, Valentina doesn't really have a contender right now that anybody's, like, really looking for. So I think that this right now, it makes sense for her to move up. Same thing when it comes to that welterweight division with JDM now going to fight Islam. I think that was a move where JDM just got the belt. They're still figuring out contenders because there's a lot of these guys just fought this guy already fought that guy, or this guy's out due to an injury, so they're trying to figure that out. So then Islam got this opportunity where it's like, all right, well, y'all figure that out. I'm going to go for my title shot. I know JDM just got that, but I'm going to take that. So that's another one that got announced. JDM versus Islam Makhachev. JDM, by the way, being Jack Della Maddalena. He will be versing Islam Makhachev at UFC 322 on November 15th in Madison Square Garden. That one's one that I'm intrigued to see what happens, man. I don't know. It's the size difference for me. JDM is a bigger guy, and he's crisp with that boxing, and that makes me nervous because I've seen Islam get clipped. I'm not saying I've seen him get knocked down like that, but I've at least seen him get clipped. And from what I've seen in terms of JDM's like ability to, I guess, stuff most takedown attempts and still get some good strikes off of the break of that, I feel like that's where I'm worried that I'm going to see Islam get clipped. But then Islam is just...
I also haven't seen an Islam fight in a while, so it kind of like loses
his lure.
Yeah,
I get that. I get it. After it's the same thing like I was saying earlier, or with Kylo, where like if you haven't fought in a while, I kind of forget. You know, this is short term when it comes to the sport. Like, what have you done for me lately? If I haven't seen you fight the last 6 months, it's kind of tricky for me to like lean and pick on and like say you. But at the same time, you have Islam, who's been floating at the top 2, maybe top 3, pound for pound on the list for a while now. And the times we have seen him fight, it's been pretty dominant. I'd say there was a back and forth he had with Dustin Poirier, but for the most part, we kind of were waiting for him to kill him in a way. I think that when that fight got announced, like people got excited in terms of being a fan of Dustin Poirier, like, oh, maybe he got a shot. But I think we all kind of knew that Islam had it. We just didn't know how. Right. So when it comes to this one, I'm just intrigued to see, like, what Coach Khabib has planned for him, you know? Because then also I hear a lot of talk when it comes from the Jack side where you have this team of Australians who have now experienced going up against Dagestanis, and you have guys in his corner like a Craig Jones who has helped Volkanovski train to go up against Islam twice. So now you have guys who have the knowledge and like, this is what you're going to expect. This is what you're going to see. Let's get you ready.
Also in Australia, they got some wild animals. So
they do. The Dagestanis go. They wrestle with the bears, and the Australians go with the kangaroos.
With everything. Yeah, box with the kangaroo.
They box the kangaroos.
Crazy.
The Dagestanis wrestle the bears. Everybody in their own native language. They go and they fight the animal of their respective land.
Pick your animal.
I don't know what we got. We got bald eagles and shit. We go up to the mountains and we scrap at birds.
Wolves.
We do got wolves. We also have bears. We have our own bears. You know what I mean? We wrestle with our own bears. Brazil, anacondas in the rainforest. Trying to think of what else is culturally insensitive.
Yeah. Florida, we got anacondas.
There's also there's gators.
Gator
wrestling.
Gators.
You know what I'm saying?
Gator wrestling.
That's the Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? That's what DC got to world champion status, you know?
Hey,
it's like a Pokemon battle, for real. Like,
it is, bro.
Yeah.
It is.
Pick your
That's how you get good, bro. That's how you get good. So early predictions for these ones. So I'm going to go with JDM versus Islam.
Yeah.
It's hard, but I feel like
Islam is going to forever be Islam.
Yeah.
As long as he has Coach Khabib there.
He does this. Does he pass Khabib's legacy? Or is Khabib just... I think Khabib's name...
Different era.
Nah, because people have Jordan LeBron all the time.
That's what I'm saying. It's different era.
Because there was a Kobe in between Jordan and LeBron.
True that.
It was Jordan.
There's a John Jones.
Jordan Kobe.
But we're talking greatest of all time. People will throw out Khabib. They'll throw out GSP. They'll throw out John Jones.
Is undefeated.
Khabib is much as greatest of all time.
He's thrown in there.
He is thrown in there. But
29-0.
I feel like he's lost his little
Undefeated.
Like how you said like out of sight, out of mind in a way. He's kind of losing his little.
I think
legendary.
The tricky part with Khabib, I think everybody knows he's good, but I think the issue is that one of the biggest moments of his career was that ugly situation with Conor. Not just a fight, but all of it. So I think that is where people like. That's what they bring up all the time when they come to his legacy. Is him and Conor. And then Conor has. It was a long time ago. But then him and Conor also have this Conor has this like now ugly reputation. So I feel like in a weird way that's like kind of affecting Khabib's. I feel like, and then now we're seeing the guys that Khabib beat when they were at their prime getting washed away by all these other guys, the Justin Gaethjes, the Dustin Poiriers. We're seeing them kind of fade away. So I think that's where. You're feeling that, but if you go back,
Islam is one person, and it's just like
one person, one A, one B. Like
I'm tired.
Tag in.
Yeah,
I get it. I think it's two different types of fighters, and it's two different legacies. I think it's going to be something where we'll see him etched into his own storybook. But I feel like Khabib has a bigger moment in history because of Conor. And I think that's where his legacy is going to be a bigger one than Islam's will. Even though like double champ is big.
Have, like, his people he fought, I feel like is an issue.
Those last ones were big, bro.
Yeah, his last ones. He had some names. It's just probably like the way that he won
compared to like other goats.
Still.
It's not like
I get that. I guess the list of names is where you might be a little. I'll tell you right now, those first couple, you know, the last 10 is where I'll say that's where it kind of counts. But like the last few fights, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, Al Quinta, Edson Barbosa, Michael Johnson, and then here's where we get weird. Who's Daryl Horcher? RDA, Rafael Dos Anjos, that's a good one. But then a Pat Healy, Abel Trujillo, Thiago Tavares. That's when you're like, I don't know. Gleason Tebow's a good one. That's a big name.
It's because like when I looked at it, I didn't value half of the ones you valued. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm talking. That's what I'm saying. Like his
after Conor McGregor's where I stopped.
So that's what I'm saying. We'll give it his last 5. Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, Al Quinta, and Edson Barbosa are arguably the biggest 5 names on that entire list. Michael Johnson being number 6 is kind of the next one, but
I just didn't know him at the time.
That's fair, but that's what I'm saying. Like that, out of that whole list, like you start getting to the beginning of the professional career.
You think Islam has a better list then?
You go to Dustin Poirier's list, even though he wasn't a real champion.
But he
has the craziest resume.
That's where it's a thing of like, well, it's like I guess who are you talking about in terms of like how do you quantify their legacy?
George St. Pierre.
Because if we want to go over stats versus like, all right, who did they beat? Like, so for example, let's take it into another sport. Let's say it's basketball. It's like, oh, they had the craziest stats, but then they versed the most trash teams. Like, do you still respect the stats? Undefeated, but you're like, oh, but it was a bunch of trash cans. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bet it's still undefeated. Islam's last ones are Moicano, Poirier, Volkanovski, and then Oliveira were his last 5 fights.
Pretty good.
It was a pretty good 5 fights.
Good.
And then before that, King Green, not Bobby.
Not Bobby.
King Green. Dan Hooker, Thiago Moises, Drew Dober, Davi Ramos, Armin Sarukian.
Still a tough list.
That's a pretty good list.
It's a pretty good list, man. Listen, I would say they both have their things. I just think that like they're gonna be mentioned in history for 2 different reasons.
Different eras.
If that makes any sense. Like like you said, different eras, but I feel like I wouldn't even say eras because I feel like they both could have hung in the same kind of like.
If
you
kept running,
you could swap their places in terms of when they started and their ages, and they would have done what they did.
Yeah,
like I think Khabib's style, because I think a lot of people get a little confused when you start seeing some of these other Dagestani wrestlers that come out of that area. Because remember, I always say this. There's a difference between a Dagestani wrestler and the ones that come out of Coach Khabib's camp.
Yeah,
those are 2 very different people.
For sure.
Khabib was mauling you to the ground, and then on the ground was trying to kill you. There was no...
On the way down, he was like...
He was elbowing, throwing these short punches. Like, the whole time, it was ground and pound until you physically gave up, or he would beat you to the point where you were trying to defend yourself, so then he can choke you out. So he broke you. Mentally, physically, he broke you. So that was a level of, like we were talking earlier about Hamza and people with his most recent performance being like, oh, he's kind of like, no. Go and look at it. Go look at the tape. Like, he's killing you on the ground. There is no, you get down there and that's where the war starts. That's where you start having the nightmares because he's trying to murder you.
Boogeyman.
Yeah. So with Khabib, I think he has that legacy. I think it'll be there. But I think Islam, I think, like we said, I think the names kind of bigger. And then with this going double champ, something that Khabib didn't get to do. Damn it, he might have beat him. I might have just talked myself into it. He might have beat that. He might have beat that legacy. That's crazy.
It's because he's still running it.
He is still running it.
He got more fights, right?
And
I think so.
If he wins in this other division.
By now he does, yeah.
This new weight class, if he wins, it just helps.
Yeah. Support that case, yeah.
Let's see. No, he's at 28. He needs a couple more.
Nah,
he's at 28. He's at 20. He's 27-1 though.
Yeah,
so exactly. Even then, that's a crazy record, dude.
Yeah.
Khabib got 29-0, but still, just only 1 loss is not bad. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's. I think in the people's eyes, like when we're talking like 10 years later, looking back, when we're talking about the goats of I think that Islam's name is gonna be pretty big, bro.
How many title defenses between them?
Between the 2 of them?
Oh no, like who has the most title defenses?
I think they're about even. I think that Islam's about to beat him. Let me see.
You get that easy one with fucking Moicano. You lucky.
Bro, Moicano. That one was...
Oh, you holding the belt?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, they're about tied. That's 5-5, I believe.
It's time.
Yeah, it's time.
That's tricky,
And
boy.
then he's gonna start coaching.
Yeah, and then the next motherfucker, Umar or whatever.
Low key, that's what they do.
Next.
They get the next one up. Yeah, no, actually, he already has more than Khabib.
I'm about to train under Waldo.
Trainer to Waldo.
PR.
He's the next Dominican up.
Yeah.
That'd be dope,
The
man.
next Dominican,
Yeah.
and then like just have the next person just like, you're and then I start coaching and shit.
I feel like that's the wave. We gotta get we're gonna be the Dominican fighting nerds.
Yeah.
That's gonna be our squad. And then the other fight announcement that I had to bring up was going to be Leon Edwards versus Carlos Pratas. This is Carlos Pratas' time to shine to get that title shot.
That chance.
He took that little bit of an L against, what was it, Ian Gary, right? He took that little bit of an L, got his lick back, and now he's going to get this opportunity against Leon Edwards. He gets this W title shot. Let's see if that happens. That's another one for you. Yo,
Edwards, bro.
UFC 322 is
right,
stacked.
man?
You know, I think he had his moment.
Yeah.
I think it is upsetting, but I think he had his moment. I think he let, I don't want to say the fame, but I think he let all of the
hype get to him.
The hype, yeah, I guess it's the hype. I wouldn't say that.
yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think it's the fame. I guess the hype is more so what I want to say. I think the hype got to him because he completely dismissed Bilal, and I feel like that ruined him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Bilal,
Like unprepared as fuck.
Bilal dumping him on his head the way that he did, like
for real.
that, I think broke
That
him
was
a
a
little
wrestling
bit.
move right there.
Yo, it was
He made
that was
Bilal look
hilarious.
like a real Dagestani.
I love
You know what I'm saying?
I love when I think of a meme and then I see somebody already make the meme because then I'm like I don't have to go through the process of making it. Because I saw the whole Bilal pick him up and dunk him, and I was like, he dunked him like he dunked him in the toilet, and immediately I go on Twitter, and that's the first thing I see is Bilal dunking him in the toilet. I was like, this is so funny, bro. It's bad, but you're right. Bilal went 2-3 years Dagestan and went to go train with Coach Khabib, but he came back doing his thing. That's why I tell people all the time, don't sleep on him. He may not be the most exciting fighter, but he does what he needs to get done. You know, he goes to work and he puts every effort he can into his craft, and boy, he showed it. But I feel like that Leon is not. This is the same guy we thought he was after that head kick with Kamaru.
Oh man.
I'll tell you that right now. It is what it is, bro. I feel like I don't think he's done. I just don't consider him going for the title anytime soon. Not that being said, age is a bitch because he might be on that path where it's kind of like out of the question, but I can still see a path for him to get back in that contention. Like, but I just think that in this situation, if he wins this one, it changes the narrative, especially the way he wins it. With that being said, if he gets obliterated, which I think a lot of people are expecting to happen, which is crazy because Leon is not a bad fighter.
No.
He's a phenomenal. Yes, I'm saying he's a phenomenal fighter. I just think that
he had the chance to fight Kamaru Usman. Twice.
Yeah, I think you just get in the hype of who's the next like hot up and coming fighter that you're like, no, this guy's killing everybody. Yeah, so when you get that guy, you completely forget who he's going up against. And like you said, that's world champion right there. So I don't think Leon Edwards is done. I just think that he's on a bit of a rough patch, we'll call it. You feel me? And then other than that, guys, to really just kind of close out this episode, I just got some other random stuff that I want to go over real quick. Brian Battle was released from the UFC. I don't know if you guys saw that with that weight cut. And the only reason I want to bring this up is he's had the craziest, what feels like 48 hours I've ever seen in my life. To me, because things on the internet move quick. Gets cut from the UFC after a horrific weight cut that he wasn't able to make weight. They were like, all right, this is terrible. We don't want to deal with this anymore. You're gone. Felt like immediately then got a fight signed to fight at Dirty Boxing, which is Mike Perry's promotion. Gets a W there, and then almost immediately gets signed to the PFL. I swear to God, this happened within 48 hours. It felt like it was a blink of an eye. And he went from getting cut from the UFC, getting a dub in Dirty Boxing, to getting signed to the PFL. Shout out to him. That's called making money moves.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Turn none into something.
That's how you pivot.
Son, I just want.
Tony Ferguson next.
That's what I'm saying. I just wanted to bring it up because this is another example.
Yeah.
To anybody out there, you catch an L, it's not an L you might think. You know what I'm saying? You just take it, you learn, you pivot, you go. Like, that's what it is. Like, that's you can't hate the hustle right there.
You won't get to the M if you don't pass that L.
So, the facts. Yo, he really, I felt like 48 hours, but he really came up, at least in the PFO. Yeah, who knows? He might get paid more for his day-to-day, but we'll see. Other than that, the UFC White House card is officially set.
Official.
It seems like it's fully set. So, due to logistical reasons, it cannot be held on the 4th of July, but apparently it's going to be held on the last Saturday of June, which I think is like the 26th, something like that, 26th, 27th.
It's fucking exciting.
But it's still the
White House.
still the White House either way.
Warm up to July 4th.
Yeah, and I think
is it gonna be like secluded, or is it gonna be like?
So I got you right here. So it'll be in June 2026, featuring weigh-ins at the Lincoln Memorial. The fight night will be on the South Lawn, which I'm assuming is going to be an octagon with some sort of giant structure above it to prevent like rain and such. And then fighters are going to warm up inside the White House. There will be giant screens outside of the White House, so obviously you can watch it. There's going to be fireworks and a light show, and I think that they have most of the logistics put down pretty well for them to avoid any sort of major situations. I think now all they got to worry about is who's going to be on this card. I think right now
Dana was just like, "Yo, can we do it at your house, Trump?" He's like, "Yeah, that's cool."
I think it's to be fair. Listen, we have some
American thing.
It is, dude. But
USA.
actually, no, it's not, because it's the first sporting event this day. I feel like athletes get to go to the White House, but this is the first time they have anything like this. I feel like they never even had two-hand touch on the White House lawn.
It's like, I
The
feel like
security must be
Biden-
crazy there.
It's going to be nuts. But that's why I don't think they're going to have a crowd unless it's like government officials only, really, and like whoever's
Yeah, that's
invited
what
from
I'm
the
saying.
UFC.
They're not gonna just let anybody all up in.
I was listening to Joe Rogan's Fight Companion the other day, and they were talking about it. They're like, how many people have already hit you up to ask for tickets? He's like, it's an insane amount. Like, I couldn't even, he's like, I don't even know what I'm going to do with that. Like, I don't know who's going to be allowed to be in that crowd, bro. Like, I don't even know if they're going to let family members of fighters be there. Like, I think it's really going to be, you in the government? No, get to step it.
Yeah, you got a real ID.
Unless you work, unless you are one of the,
Real ID.
That's
Yeah.
when that comes into play.
unless you are like one of the 8 people allowed.
Too, and I said no.
Damn.
And I was renewing. I was like, nah, I'm all set.
It's like, I'm real
I was
enough.
like, yeah, I'm real.
I didn't get one. That's too much work
I
right
got a
now.
passport. Fuck it.
Yeah.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. As long as you
I
got
got
that.
this ID from you. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean it's not good no
Real
more?
as it gets.
It's laminated and
Y'all
everything.
gave me a fake one.
Right.
But yeah, man, it'll be good. The White House.
I think it'll be an interesting one. I think it's going to be the
good for
biggest.
America.
That's what I was going to say. I think it's the biggest way the UFC can make like a huge event that's going to be like public, mainstream, everybody watch. Because like you can argue they have every year is their International Fight Week. That's like their Super Bowl type thing. And then you also have recently like UFC 300. That was like a big event, but that's not necessarily going to get the random person that doesn't watch sports or doesn't watch UFC to watch UFC. Now you find out that it's at the White House. And then remember their new rights deal. What if this is now going to be one of the 4 events or whatever that's going to be on CBS? That's going to be huge.
Yep.
Like, if we're just talking public, random person tuning in, that's big money right there. So I'm intrigued to see what happens. Like I said, I just want to see who they stack the
What
card
it
with.
represents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brings back masculinity to America.
As of right now, we only have one U.S. champion. That'll be Kayla Harrison. So as long as she holds the belt, and it's rumored that her versus Amanda Nunes is going to be scheduled for that card, which is crazy because I feel like that's a long time for her to wait to fight. But at the same time, she also got to cut down all the way to 135, and that's a very muscular lady to have to cut down to that.
180.
So, yeah, but she picked you up, bro.
Yeah.
She's jacked, son.
That's crazy. So if they win, they get like citizenship.
I hope so. I think that's how they should do it. They should just go out and find people that aren't really supposed to be here, and then just see who gets it. Whoever gets a W gets a contract, and they get a visa. You know, everybody wins. I guess everybody's happy when they walk away. But I don't know who. I don't know, man. I feel like it's going to be unfortunate because this sucks to say, but a lot of the U.S. fighters, like I feel like a lot of people don't really care about. So like, I don't know who they're going to put on there. Their biggest stars are all foreigners, all of them.
Yeah, they're going to put Connor on there, I think.
But he's Irish, like.
Oh, he's Irish, but they're going to put him on the card.
I think him and John Jones are liabilities. I think that those are two that I don't know if you can put on. And then also Connor also just recently said that he's trying to be like president of some of Ireland. So I think he's got some political aspirations. I don't know if he's going to be necessarily at no White House. I think
He's going to host the fight out
He's
there.
going to be the first president/fighter. Oh, wait.
Pacquiao.
Yeah, Pacquiao.
Or
Bo
Pacquiao
Nickel.
mayor. Is he a mayor or president? I don't know. But
I think he's president.
I would
he
say
fought
so.
and he fought.
Yeah.
I don't know. He fought recently too, right?
Yeah.
It was a draw, but
Yeah.
Hey man,
fight's a fight.
a fight's a fight. I think
Like
it'd be
if he
possible.
was the mayor, he can fight the president of Philippines. He'll be the president. Like,
That's how they
come on.
handle it. Like,
Yeah. He's like, I'm the president now. What's the president gonna say?
it's like, you should just retreat.
You just retreat. I think we're gonna have like Bo Nickel, Kobe Covington. We'll get
Not Kobe.
We'll get Khalil Roundtree.
Bodyguard Brought.
He'll be on there.
John Jones.
You know,
Borralho.
Dana said it's a 1 in a billion chance,
Dan
and John
Hooker.
Jones basically went
Dan Hooker.
that he's New Zealand.
What?
Yeah,
I thought he was.
Dan Hooker's with Izzy in them.
Damn, I thought he was.
Nah, bro, I'm telling you. Like, you look at some of the best fighters that you're the most excited to watch, they are not from the U.S., bro. They are not. They just speak English.
We got.
You better say, like, Tom Aspinall? Like,
I almost did, bro.
no.
That's the thing, yo.
You hear the English and you get confused. They're not from here, bro. They have no ties to the U.S. They might be on the card just to be on the card, but I don't think that they're going to be the one that's going to be promoted as the U.S. fighter. I'll tell you that right now.
Who the fuck is American?
We got like 4 people, bro. That's what I'm saying. We have handfuls.
Bring Dustin Poirier back.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we have
for
handfuls
real.
of
Justin
people in the
Gaethje.
top 10.
Yeah. Just in case she has to be in.
Justin Gaethje, if he's still alive by then, will be there. And I say that just in the sense of, like, I think his next fight, whoever he's up against, is going to be a problem. There's rumors that they might have a title shot for him against Ilya.
Crazy.
Good luck, Justin. You know what I'm saying? To Justin, I think you
Yeah.
need to give him some words of wisdom because he gonna need
I'm
them.
gonna give him all my luck. Because
Yeah.
he's gonna need it to fight Taporia.
So
Got
I
it.
do like a spirit bomb. Like, here he goes.
all the
Yeah.
Justins
All
in the
Justins,
world.
yeah.
Because
You need it, bro.
at that point, yeah,
Max
like
Holloway could be a good
he
one.
gets slept by.
Right.
He's Hawaiian. That does count. That does count. That does
Hawaii.
count. You got Max Holloway on there, defend that
Oh, so I don't
BMF.
need a real ID to go to Hawaii.
No, you just go to Hawaii. PR counts too.
Aloha to that.
You know what I'm saying? We got a couple people. I think it'll be interesting to see. I don't know, man. I feel like it's the best shot the UFC has to kind of really get as many other viewers as they can that they don't already have. At this point, you can keep putting on these big fights, and I don't think it's necessarily going to make somebody that hasn't watched a UFC fight want to watch a UFC fight. I feel like it's publicized enough that people will tune in if they're going to tune in. But this is something that might catch somebody's eye that has never had access to it whatsoever. They just might have cable TV, and it pops up, and they're like, "Oh shit, they're at the White House."
Shit, this is pretty cool.
Dog, especially because at the White House, like that's the part that's
Yeah.
gonna be crazy for me. Like,
Fireworks and all that crazy show.
I think especially because the part that they're gonna have it is that like all the fights, like the same way that they had the one at the Sphere, like you have to see it in the background. You have to see the White House in the background. It's the only way that it makes sense. Like as a constant reminder that where you are, everyone when they go in.
Jets flying over.
National anthem before every single fight. That's it. Oh, the jets flying over. Oh, they're gonna have that for sure. The gun salute maybe at the beginning, like the
anthem and all
national
that shit,
anthem at the beginning. It's great. Who's singing the national anthem at the UFC White House card?
It has to be freaking. Who's the most American I know?
Who?
Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen? Is that who?
Waller.
Waller? Sure. You think I let? Never mind. Anyway, guys. No, I honestly have no idea who it would be. I feel like I don't know. They'll figure it out. But I feel like they're gonna do all that. They gotta have.
It needs to be a woman.
They gotta have.
With Taylor Swift.
They gotta have the pledge. They gotta have the flag. They're gonna have a bunch of military dudes there. Security's gonna be super heavy. You might see a little look at the laser sights popping up on people's foreheads when they get a little too feisty in the crowd. I don't know if they honestly. I don't know if you let a Sean Strickland anywhere near that.
Hell.
I don't think you let him anywhere
But
near
yeah,
that side.
'cause what he really represents America to the fullest.
That's the part where I'm like,
I'm sorry to say, but this is what represents us.
that's the part where I'm like, I think he is the best person to put on that card. But I don't know if you want him anywhere near that thing, dog. Let him win and get the mic, bro. Son. I think honestly though, I think anybody like they're gonna have to tell him
Freedom
like,
of
listen,
speech, bro.
it is freedom of speech, but at the same time, I think Dana White's gonna be like, if you embarrass me on this mic, like he go grab like their little kids before they go out there. If you embarrass me in front of the president, it's over. Your career. Done. I don't care that you got 6 fights left. You gonna ride those 6 fights somewhere else. Like I don't know where you going, but I'm shipping you out. Like I don't know. I think there's gonna be a bit of a yes, you're freedom of speech and da da da. But I think they're gonna
That
be a
doesn't
little,
mean freedom of consequences.
and be a little careful. I will tell you this though. What Sean Strickland says, I think Donald Trump is cool with.
Yeah.
That's like his brother, bro.
Yeah. So honestly, throw him and Derek Lewis on the card.
Yeah. Oh, Derek
Lewis.
Derek
Yeah.
Lewis. Yeah, Derek Lewis would be good.
I think the Derek Lewis post-fight
Jordan
speech, bring him out of retirement, throw him on there. He'd be another good one. I feel like these are guys that you could put on there because that's another thing. I think that I was listening to DC and Chael Sonnen talking about this the other day, and Chael Sonnen brought up a good point where he feels like this shouldn't be a card that is for the guys who aren't actively contributing to the sport. Like, you shouldn't bring a Nate or a Nick out of retirement. I guess the Jorge Masvidals and stuff, you shouldn't bring them out of retirement. You should give this as a reward to the guys that are actively fighting in the UFC right now.
Yeah,
give them this opportunity to shine as the product we have of today. And I'm like, yeah, but like, you know how cool it would be to see, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and there's like fighting out of America though.
yeah, there's a lot of guys that we have that are good that, like, especially out of, like, I feel like the South has a lot. Like, when you get into like the Arizonas and stuff like that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Texas has a couple of guys that come out of there. Florida has a lot, like, bro. Kevin Holland is somebody you can throw on there, bro. You got a lot of guys, but it's just like I said, like, they might not be the biggest names, but you got a lot of guys. The only thing I said is the biggest names in the sport right now aren't from here, but you got some good names that you can't have on that card. But I just feel like they got to really amp it up on the product because here's my thing. Noche UFC, like I said last year, it isn't the biggest names you've seen on the whole card, but overall the product was amazing, the way that they produced all of it. So if they do the same thing, the same way they gave Mexico all the love and support, but they take that and they apply it to the U.S. and they do it towards this card, I think we're going to have an amazing night.
I think so too.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's going to be 12 out of 10. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Uneducated MMA. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Shout out to 806 The Show. Shout out to A Vibe Entertainment. Shout out to Nerd Gods. Shout out to you guys for watching.
We see y'all.
Yeah, anything else you guys got to say before we go? Justin, any cities you got to save? Nothing?
We got a lot of cities to save.
A lot of cities to save. Love to hear
I
it.
just want to say,
stay indoors.
keep fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, one random shout out, just because I keep seeing things all over the place posting. With the school year starting, anything you guys see supporting Salem High sports, do it. I keep seeing now that I think they're doing, Derby is doing, proceeds from food sales are going to the Salem High football team. If you see the Derby in Salem, if you see them little kids out there in the cold, coming up in the fall and the winter, outside those stores and outside of Starbucks asking for some money for the sports, you give them the change, dog. You help them out.
You know how
we all used to do it. You know
how
what I'm saying?
much, like, when people used to decline, like not donate nothing.
It hurt.
Like, damn, this man, fuck.
It hurts, bro. But yeah, that's a shout out I want to give just because all the years I did playing sports for Salem High, I always like to show my love to them. So if you guys see anything coming up soon with the sports starting back up, now we get into football season and such, just support, show love. Let's get the community growing. Other than that, everybody, this has been another episode of Uneducated MMA. Peace. Deuces.